Good morning, everybody. It's Ben Jones here from Batdorf and Bronson Coffee Roasters. Coming at you live from my coffee workshop. Today is the 23rd day of October in the year 2020. It's one for the archives. Today I want to talk about manual brew, the Autodrip brewer, and the spray head that comes on that. We're going to touch very briefly on some of the history. I also had to tighten up the angle a little bit, so we're going to be moving the camera a bit today, so I'm kind of cramped in here. But I'm here all the same. All right, so if we go back into the ancient days of coffee, quite common ways to prepare it was essentially to kind of just smash up the beans, toss them into some hot water. You can just boil it, skim it out, filter it that way. Then there were some different filtration methods invented, and kind of really like to hang one of the major historical moments on Melita Benz, 1908, in the development of the paper filter, which is now the Melita Paper Filter Company. And there's lots of ways to brew coffee, but when we're actually delivering the water and letting it drip through, it's kind of significant the way the water is delivered to the coffee. So the way it had always been done was, you just take the thing and you pour in, and you might have had a gooseneck kettle. They had them back there in the day. It's not a brand new thing, but the way that water is delivered kind of can really have some major impacts. So in 1972, when the Mr. Coffee Company came out and they gave us the home coffee brewer, we got a really awesome introduction. So this is a Bonavita Brewer. This is the one that this is the company that we like to sell on through our stores. We really believe in the Bonavita machine. So if you need one, batdorfcoffee.com. Anyway, so what we have here is, if I take out the carafe, we'll have our little coffee catch, and the big key to these is this spray head up top. If we look right here, when the water is heated, this will shower down on top of your bed of coffee, and it delivers a spread out showering of water. And what that allows for all the grounds in here to be soaked and saturated evenly. And this is a standard element for all of your auto brew home machines, coffee brewers that are in restaurants, cafes, things of that sort. There are a few brew methods that don't need to have that showered delivery. One of the classics being the French press. You're just going to pour your water in there, and it's all going to sit, and that's what we get with that full immersion. So showering the water doesn't matter as much. Another one where the specific water delivery is the impact is reduced is if you're using a Costa Rican coffee sock. This is a great way to brew coffee, where your specific delivery of of water to the coffee bed is not as crucial. And then it wouldn't be a proper Ben Jones video if we didn't say how amazing the AeroPress was. Again, the actual delivery of water, you can shower it, you can set it in as a single stream, doesn't really matter. But what I want to look at here, and I'm now going to tilt the camera downward a little bit. You can see the countertop. What I have is I've got a couple Kalitas. The Kalita Wave is just a nice round topped kind of cone. This is the original Kalita, and this one was powder coated. So they're the same brewer, different look though. On this one, I just want to take a moment to look at how we're going to be delivering coffee. This is the standard way that most people nowadays, when you're doing home brew pour over, this is the way we're delivering our water. And if you look, the whole point of this is that we're targeting a very specific delivery of coffee, or sorry, very specific delivery of water onto our coffee bed. There are definitely some benefits to this. I can pinpoint where the hot water is going to be contacting. That's going to allow me to ensure that I can break up spots. It gives me a lot of control. For me, the biggest reason I do pour over like this is I just kind of enjoy this little action. I enjoy kind of the the doodling on there, and it becomes a meditative practice, right? This is kind of just kind of a way to chill and have some fun. Anyway, I have a lot of control and I can do those sort of things. One of the challenges with this though is I'm setting in a stream of 200-degree water. I'm causing a lot of agitation. It's uneven. This is like trying to color in a big space in a coloring book using a fine-tipped pen. It's just a little challenging, a little difficult. You can do it, but it's going to take a while. So if I'm coloring and I wanted to get down and use the appropriate pen to color in the large space, what I'll do is I want to get a spray head. So to use a spray head, I could go with an Autodrip brewer. I could go with a few different things, but we're going to look at this product that's been developed, a few different versions of it. There's the Mellow Dripper, there's just a bunch of different things where we're able to still do a manual brew, but we have a spray head. I've done a little trick video in the past where you take a spoon to diffuse, and that'll do a similar thing. But I got a hold of the Drip Master Gabi B. This is it's a fun little device. It's just a shower head that has a handle. I put it over my coffee and I pour my water into this, and that makes the coffee. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to add my grounds to here. I'm sticking with the 19 grams of coffee. So you can bring this over here a little bit. And I'm going to adjust the camera a little more, sorry. Thank you for being patient. There we are. All right, so hopefully we can see this a little bit better now. All right, now when I did this one, I was just pouring in single point, spreading around. If I take my Drip Master B, the Gabi Drip Master B, I'll put that on, I'll zero out my scale. A fun feature on this specifically, we have an inner ring that has the holes in it, and then there's an outer ring, so I can control if I want the inner circles to be dripping or the outer circles to be showering down. It's kind of a fun little thing. So I put that on there, and for my bloom, I'm just going to pour in right into the middle. Doesn't matter specifically where. I'm going to give about 40 grams of water, and we're going to give that a 30-second drip through. While that's dripping, the Gabi is doing its own thing, and I'm going to just lift this up and let you see I'm able to get a showering onto my bed of grounds. This gives a softer delivery of water, and it reduces the agitation, but it gives many little sprinklings all over the whole bed. Another way to think about this is if you're watering your garden in the summer, it's the difference of using the jet or the single spray versus a shower. And then from here, I can just continue to fill up the rings. With this one in particular, as it has the two rings, I can do a little bit of water to the outside to get the outer perimeter of the Kalita filter, and I can let the bulk of the water deliver to the inside. And with this, it really just becomes an Autodrip machine where instead of a pump pumping water up to the spray head, or a siphoning action, I get to use my kettle and my hands to do it myself. It will allow for a substantial improvement in consistency, just because we're getting a more consistent delivery. If you'll need to figure out, you know, how much inner circle, how much outer circle do you want to use? How fast do you fill it? So there I just added, you know, 100 grams real quickly, or thereabouts, and I'm just gonna let that drip through. My target brew weight on this is 100 grams of water in. I'm at 260, so I can just add a little bit more and just keep it going. And that's just gonna shower down into. But what I think is really fun about this, or interesting, just one of the real curious bits with these type of things is it really shows how we come full circle in technologies. The way we develop products and the way society runs, right, is time moves in a straight line, but we're operating in loops. Hopefully, every time we loop back around, we've elevated and become better in the way we do things. We've gone from manual delivery of water to an automated brewing system where a machine will do it for us, and that was revolutionary in the early 70s when Mr. Coffee hit the market. In 1972, you had home coffee brewers where the machine did everything for you, and it wasn't a percolator. That was pretty amazing. Now we're right back there. We've come back full circle to where our manual brewing is, we have the option of using a shower head, right, to get the same sort of machine-like consistency out of our manual brew. I will not say that this is good or bad. I'm just going to say that it is. I've been using this for about a week. My coworker Ryan got a hold of these. These are not for sale in the American market. You have to order them. It's an international situation. But it was cool. He let me use one. Got to play with it for about a week. Definitely take some of the brain work out of pouring water. I've been getting a lot of very consistent cups of coffee. I wouldn't say that I like them better, but they've been fine. It's something fun. If you are curious about this, you can, you know, hit up Amazon, Gabi, G-A-B-I. This is the Gabi B. You can also improvise yourself. You can take, I don't know, get creative, take some old clean tin cans and poke some holes in the bottom and use that as your spray head. Keep in mind that you want to make sure it's nice and clean so you're not imparting taste. If you're using canned green beans, you do not want to have your coffee tasting of green beans. Anyway, Gabi Drip Master B. It is a spray head for your manual brew. I wanted this more to be a commentary on the just the curiosity of the full circled nature and the what is new or what is old is new again type situation that we're looking at. Things come back around, things come and go. What always stays is the reality that coffee is an agricultural product, and to get the best coffees you have to have proper growing conditions, selective harvesting of those ripe coffee fruits. You have to have very clean and immaculate processing, and then you have to have high quality roasting, which is why, you know, batdorfcoffee.com, we've got a lot of great options of some delicious, consistently fantastic, agriculturally grown coffees. So check it out. Go to batdorfcoffee.com. Good coffee is a good thing, whether you're doing it in an Autodrip, an AeroPress, if you have a Kalita, a bee house, you have a Melita filter, maybe you're just steeping it in a cup. What's important is that we treat each other well, that we're helping our farmers to continue to be able to grow delicious, good coffee, and then that we are able to enjoy this at home. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna sip on this. Thank you all for joining today. I will be back Monday morning. Will I? No, I can't be here Monday morning, but I'll be back at some point. It's good to see everybody. Take care.